Hi, this is Kirk with Forex Strategy Secrets, and what we're going to be talking to you today about is 15 secrets to become a consistent trader quickly or in a short period of time. Now, everything we're going to show you today, it can be learned quickly. It doesn't take a long time to learn the things we're going to show you, and there are some valuable things here that will enhance your trading, whether you're a seasoned trader or a new trader. You're probably all or most of you are new to our material. In any event, the things we'll show you should give you a good foundation for your journey in trading. Well, first of all, let me ask you a couple of questions. Have you been winning more pips than you've been losing, or losing more pips than you've been winning? Now, this could be a demo account or a live account. It could be trading small amounts or large amounts. It doesn't make a difference. But what's your win-loss ratio? Now, let me ask you the next question. Okay, with your performance, no matter what it is, are you, as a trader, are you satisfied or dissatisfied? Now, you could be making pips and be dissatisfied because it's not as much as you want to make. You could be losing and be satisfied because you're not losing very much. Now, if you're generally dissatisfied, what are you doing about it, and what are you planning to do about it? Okay, let's move on. Now, if you'd like to improve your trading performance, then this webinar may be for you. Now, even if you're doing well, would like to do even better, then this will help you. If you're not doing quite what you would like, this webinar will help you. No matter where you're at in your trading career, this webinar should help you, should give you something extra. So you're not wasting your time by being here. So the disclaimer is, there are no two traders that will trade identically the same. They might be successful, but not the same. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. It's okay to hear that someone's making a few more pips than you're making. That doesn't make any difference. Next time you'll make more than they will on a trade. But just compare yourself to your results. Now, the results you'll get in your trading will come down to the amount of action that you take and how much time you put into learning. So the most successful students take massive action, and that's why they get massive results. If you take no action, then of course you're going to get no results or poor results with little action. So the burning question is, how much action with proper guidance are you willing to take in your trading? So what you need to get an edge in the market is knowledge. Now, it's not just any knowledge. I know people that take courses that cost $5,000 and they know how to use every indicator there is, but they still can't trade because they just have knowledge that is segregated. It's not specific. It's not correct knowledge. It's not taking indicators and knowing how to use them together to make trades, just knowing how to use a whole bunch of indicators. And you could talk about it and sound like you're an expert, but you still can't trade. And having tools. Of course, you have your platform and some proper tools, but having co-traders, people to collaborate with, that is a tool as well. Trading can be a lonely business. So if you have someone to talk to, especially someone that's actually having success or able to understand what the market's doing, you can talk back and forth, and that can help you. So that is a tool as well, knowledge and tools and experience. A lot of experience in a short amount of time. That's the key thing that we're going to be talking today, is how you can get that experience and how you can do it very quickly. So there are 3 pillars of success. Now, first one is to make pips daily. Of course, you want to keep those pips. I've seen people make them, but they lose them as fast as they make them. And then keep them and then repeat that process and do it in a short period of time. We're proposing, whether you're new to our system or you're experienced, you can, with proper consistent following the schedule that we lay out for you, at least an hour to an hour and a half a day for the first 30 days, someplace between 30 and 60 days, you should have an idea as to what direction you should take with your trading, and you should be able to know why you're making pips and why you're losing pips in that short of a period of time. The skill gets better as you get experience. So we're going to show you about 15 secrets. We call them secrets because they're right out in the open and people just miss them. But all this can be learned and mastered by you. You can learn everything that we're going to show you today. Now, the first secret is how to recognize a trend. There are a lot of ways to recognize a trend. Some people recognize it, but by the time they do recognize it, it's already gone and they missed most of it. How to recognize when a trend is changing. I've seen people just think the trend was going to go on forever and they lost everything that they had gained. How to identify high probability trades. Knowing how and when to exit trades. That's probably the hardest part of trading. It's not getting into the trades, it's knowing when to get out of the trades. Learn which time frames to trade and when to trade them. Learn how to trade more than 2 currency pairs at a time. Learn when the market has the highest probability of a good move. Learn how to trade while working a full-time job. We'll talk about that as well. Learn how to recognize chart patterns. And learn how to control your emotions. All the successful traders that we know of, they still have emotions in their trading, but they know how to control them and how to manage their emotions. Learning how to focus and be consistent. Cut your losing trades short, not let them keep on running thinking they're going to come back, and learn how to allow your winning trades to run and not saying, oh, I got a few pips, let me close it here and get out so I don't lose anything. And then you need to keep a records. It can be elaborate or it can be simple. You need to keep a journal and some records so you know where you are at now. So in a few days, not months or years, but a few days, you know where you've been and you can see in that short period of time if you're making progress or not in your trading. This one gets its own screen. The 15th thing that we're going to share with you. Now this is our proprietary trading course. Is designed to help you as traders gain 1 year experience in 30 days. So that's what we're going to be focusing on here, and this will be exciting to show you how we have helped many other traders get a lot of experience in a short period of time, and you should be able to do this as soon as we get through today. So what we're going to do now is actually go to some charts and show you how to do that. This is what you're going to see as a proposal when we use what we call Jumpstart. This is free material. It's on our website. If you're here, you have access to this whether you realize it or not. And so if you don't know how to get to Jumpstart, we'll show you how to find that when you get through here. And that'll even go into more detail about this process we're going to be talking about. I've drawn 4 lines up here. This is a 4-hour chart. And notice, when this crossed above that 0 line, that's a sign you should start trading in that direction. And this line was already across, but these moving averages, we call them hot lines. You have a hot line, right, a direct line into the market. Those 2 things lined up. The moving averages going in the direction, and this indicator being on the proper side of the 0 line. When that happened, that said, hey, that's a direction you should be trading. Here's another one. That's the direction you should be trading. This went down below, but the overall trend was up, so you kind of say, well, that's just a retracement. So when it pops back up, that's the direction you should be trading. Okay, that's a 4-hour chart. So by the time that those bars form sometimes, a lot of the trade is already transpired. So let's move over here to the one on the left. And look at this one. I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart. Right here. This said, maybe or maybe not. Would you take that trade? Well, look at the hot lines. The hot lines are not opened up. It's kind of going sideways. If you had taken that trade, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go positive. That's 30 pips. Depends on how you managed it. Yes, could you have made some money on that? Maybe. But what we suggest you close it as, for this illustration, there are other ways and better ways to exit your trade, but based for this illustration, you go right here, and if you closed it, you could have broken even or made a few pips on that. Let's say you lost 5 pips on that trade. Right here. Now, why are we saying this would be an entry spot? This is above the 0 line, and these moving averages are opened up, and it passed below some swing highs right here. So in right this area, and where are we going? We've talked about when the hot lines cross, that's an exit signal. Right up in here, you'd be getting out. There's 77 pips. Does this 5 pips you lost over here make any difference? Not really. Which direction are we still trading? Okay, we're still trading going long because we know that that 4-hour chart said it was going long. So right here, we would have taken a trade. We could have gotten out there for 20, 30 pips, gotten back in right here, and maybe made another 20 pips. And the 4-hour, I think, did take a dip. Remember that dip that it took? We can go back and look at that. So we may or may not want to have traded there. The overall trend was up, so that's why we weren't looking for shorts. But we're looking for longs still. See this point right here, that swing high? See where that criteria was met? The hot lines were pointing, separating. This indicator was above the zero line. It passed a swing high, and it went up. It went up quite a ways. It went up 96 pips, came back and crossed. So if you'd managed that differently, you could have taken out more pips. But in this example, you made another 48 pips. And that's the end of the illustration right there. We're going to go into a little bit further detail and show you that demo trading. We've just showed you what to look for on this jump start. Whenever the larger time frame goes above and gives you signals going in a direction, go to a smaller time frame and time your entries. Okay, now we're going to do this very quickly. You go to your jump start, which you have access to, and it'll go into more detail as to how to trade this method. So we're going to act like we don't know which way the market's going. And so we're going to set it up here, right here. Okay, right there, this is where this popped above the zero line. And this said, yes, that's pretty good. So what do? Let's go to that 1-hour chart. See, we don't know what the trend is at this point. We just say, well, it must be up. The 4-hour said it just crossed. This is just kind of going up, so this is simulated trading. We're going to say that we're going to take a trade, not right at the open. Well, let's give it a few. How far is that? That's about 3 or 4 pips. Say right in there, we decided that we're going to enter a trade. Now I'm going to hit the F12 key, and it moves across. What are we looking for to exit? When the hot lines come back and cross. That's kind of about a break-even point there. They crossed, so we figured we maybe lost on that. It's about 10 pips. We said 5, but that's probably 10 pips you lost on that one. Are you going to win every trade? No. But if you trade high probability trades, you're going to win more than you lose. Now, what I'm doing is going across with the F12 key, and it's going to tell us when we've already marked it, so we know what the history is going to be as far as when we see it. A little later on, we will take these lines off and do it so we have to actually spot the entry point. So right here, this was above, this had crossed, and let's say that we entered basically at the, let's take a little better price, let's say right here as it passed above this swing high right here. It came down, and so that's where we entered. Now, what is our exit? It's when those hot lines cross back the other direction. So we're still in the trade, we're moving along, it's been several hours. Okay, there's the first sign, heads up, maybe it's coming to an end. Do you want to exit there, or do you want to wait until it actually crosses? Either way, you exited within a few pips. Probably within 5 pips of either way you exited. So right there up to about here, that's 73 pips. We lost 10 over here, so we're still a positive 63 pips. Okay, I'm going to go quickly now. You've got the concept. So we're still trading which direction? Long. When we see that other white line coming, we know that we've already marked that as being an entry signal right there. So let's put an entry there. And now let's keep on going for an exit. And we exited right here when that came back. So we made another 23 pips on that one. We exited there, we could have entered again. I got going fast and missed that. We could have actually entered right here and made another 25 pips on that one. I'm going a little too fast for accuracy, but you get the point as to what you can go slower and take your time. Okay, now we know we're, instead of trading this short move here, we're trading long again. So let's just move this line right to here, and that's the move. Went up, but it crossed. There's another, I'm going to round to 50 pips there. So overall, we had a nice move using the 4 hour and 1 hour over a week's period of time, roughly. It was a few days, but you weren't there every minute. You can have some things to set to tell you when to get out of trades. Now, let's go. This is Jumpstart. This is free material. Let's move into our course material. You're actually going to see what we do there. Okay, this is actually our course material. This is the same currency pair. Let's go back to that 4 hour. Okay, this is the only little area that we're trading right here. Okay, now what are we looking for? We're not going to put those lines on. We're just going to know that this 4 hour was going up. We'll put the first one on because that's our first signal that said, hey, this is the direction we want to be trading. We want to be trading long. So we're going to move this over. Okay, I'm going to move this up bigger so we can see it. So here's the 4 hour. There's the same setup we saw before, but now we know which way we're trading. So we got a little kind of a little hint here, but we're going to wait until those signals tell us when to get in. So now we're going to go to that 1 hour chart again, and this is what the 1 hour said. It was above. It hadn't crossed, even though that's the 4 hour said it was could be taken there. Right here is really where we should probably be getting in, looking at the signals. Is right in this area. And we're looking for these hot lines to cross. Okay, they crossed right there. But we saw another possible exit signal. Right here's where it crossed. Well, it probably by the time you saw it, it was clear down in here. So there's about 17 pips based on that. But see when this indicator changed colors and this hot line was going a different direction. It wasn't going up anymore. It was going sideways. This might have been an area where you'd been considered getting out, which would have been closer to the 10 pips instead of 17 pips on that one. Now, let's go across. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for this indicator. See, we just went below. And see how it's below, where we can watch and see when it's going above, right there. That went above. The moving averages were apart. And this little blue arrow is a normal alert. It kind of gives you a heads up. If not a exact take a trade, it says heads up, there's a possibility of a trade is what it's telling you. So we're going to move this down, and we're going to take the trade right as it passed that swing high right there. And that's right towards the end of that bar. Okay. Did it come back against us? Yes. But it didn't say take it out. We're not talking about where to put your stop losses. That's a whole course in itself. We may have gotten out right here based on that. But we could have bought back in right here again. So that's where you have to, it's what you would do here is go look at the 4 hour and say, is the 4 hour still strong in that direction? See how it gets a little bit where you have to know a little bit more? Now, that's what I'm going to do. I've marked that area. I'm going to put a vertical line right here, and we'll come back after we've gone through this and look at this area and decide whether we would have stayed in when we got into this trade right at that point. So we're going to keep on going across. So we're in the trade. Whether we got out and got back in, it was about the same point. So let's see when we're supposed to get out. Now we're looking for two things now, possibly when that color changed and or the hot lines. It didn't cross, but there's a heads up right there. So say we get it right there. There's 84 pips. So we had a better exit signal now. Now this is where you have some of the course material here. and you see it crossed, and we knew that that last one gave us 70, 75 pips, and this one gave us over 80, so it's just a few more. Okay, now what are we looking for? We're looking for this bottom indicator and the moving average to be going up, because if we go look at the 4 hour, it says that's the direction it's going. Right there. So that's the area that we want to go long again. So I'm going to put another line, because I want to leave this line here for reference. And so we're going to enter someplace right in there. Okay, that would be some potential exit signals. And we go from here up to here. There's about 30 pips. Okay, so you get the concept. Let's go back and look where this blue mark is and say, based on the 4 hour we had gotten in over here, would we stay in or would we get out? Okay, we're talking about right here. Is this above the 0 line? Is this saying totally get out? It's questionable. Our stop may have been down a little bit lower down in this area. So we may have said, well, I'm going to stay in based on this 4 hour chart. And so that's learning to use the time frames and knowing which time frames you would like to use. And we said we got in here, and of course it goes up. So that's how you do simulated trading. There's more detailed explanations in the jump start to tell you how to do that. Now I'm going to share with you. We talked about how to learn to trade while working a full-time job. Here's the key right here. Use this time frame right here, the day. No less than a day is your larger time frame. Okay, the same principles apply. See when that crosses? I'm going to take these 2 lines off. That was based on the 4 hour. Now what we're looking for is this crossed. This was the hot lines were moving up. The day was moving up. Now we're going to use the 4 hour, and let's move this over here to the edge. So this is what the day said. Now we're going to go to the 4 hour, and we don't see the line. It hasn't come up yet. So this is where the day said it was going long. Is this ready to go long? Well, this is above the 0 line, but the hot lines are turning down. So we want to wait until, see, they're starting to turn up. So right on this bar right here, you say, okay, that's where we would enter a trade, right there. Now the 4 hour is the time frame we're managing the trade on. Okay, there's an exit signal. Let's see how many pips that turned out to be. That was 42 pips on that one. I'm going to go a little bit more. It went back, so we're still out. And we're looking for this cross right here. The hot lines went up. And this was probably a news announcement, so it jumped up very quickly. So we might have gotten in part way up that. Based on smaller time frames, we would have gotten in. So we go across. What is our exit? Right there. So what did we make on that? Another 50 some odd pips. So you can see how using larger time frames in 8 hours, 2 4-hour bars, generally you can look at a computer someplace along that line and learn how to trade while working a full-time job. We have people using the week, the day, and the 4 hour. Occasionally use the 1 hour to enter on. And they're making hundreds of pips per week because they don't want to spend a lot of time. They don't have a lot of time to spend. They're not working anymore. They've retired from working. They're making more pips, but they have a life. They have a family they want to be involved with. And so you can make a lot of pips that way. I'm going to show you one more. Okay, this is what we call our nth degree system. Now we've been looking mostly on the 4 hour. So glance here. Do you see some of the same movements? These hot lines, these colored bars, the color of the indicator on the bars going up. But now you have some more indicators here, some more decision-making tools to help you confirm that those are going in the right direction. We're not going to go through all the detail on this one, but you may not have taken a trade over here. This indicator may have kept you out of that trade. But right here, there's a 5 alarm, 5 things that are telling you that's a high probability trade right there. And that was for 70 some odd pips. And this area right here was another area, another 60. So over 100 pips in those two moves using and adding an additional indicator. And that's it. Now let's look at what we've talked about. Everything marked in orange we talked about in that course material. So we uncovered a lot of secrets right there. How to recognize a trend. We were using indicators to recognize trends. We didn't use higher highs and higher lows or lower highs and lower lows. We used some momentum indicators to help us recognize a trend. And we recognized it early. We identified high probability trades. And we learned how and when to exit trades. And we learned how to trade while working a full-time job. The key is use larger time frames. Don't be trading the 5 and 15-minute time frames while you're working a full-time job. If you only have an hour or so a day, you may just miss a lot of trades because the things don't set up. Throughout the course of a week, there'll be a lot of trades and you'll make a lot of pips. For each trade, you'll make more pips per trade than you will if you trade in the smaller time frames. Recognize chart patterns. You saw a lot of patterns there. Whether you're successful or not in your trading, you're recognizing patterns right now. You just may not be recognizing the proper patterns. We stopped allowing our losing trades to run too far. It's because there are exits. We talked about exit signals and how to let your winning trades continue to run and how to gain a lot of experience in a short period of time. So we've uncovered that much information. You've learned those things if you're paying attention. Keep records of what you're doing. So as you're simulated trading, you say, oh, I entered right, I exited right, and I did that 7 times out of 20. And then you mark that down. The next time you do it 8 times out of 20 or 10 times out of 20. And so you're getting better and you're starting to develop habits. Once there's tools, I'm going to share one verbally with you. You keep track of your results, and it will determine your strengths and weaknesses. It'll uncover those for you. Once you've uncovered your strengths, only pay attention to your strengths. Don't work and concentrate on your weaknesses. They'll go away if you concentrate on your strengths and only do what you're doing right and what makes you money. That's how you keep your records. That's how you find out where you're going. Okay, why do our methods get results? Best thing about our Forex strategy is that our system works on all currency pairs. These strategies can be implemented fast. Many of our students are getting results in days. Remember I talked about earlier on, 30 to 60 days rather than months or years. Our methods can be scalable, meaning you can grow quickly and you don't have to know everything before you can start getting results. Learn a couple of things, build upon that, and then the more you learn, the more you're going to feel confident in your trading. Our system allows you to work less and have more fun. And so we suggest that once you have gone through the course material and know what you're looking for, you can spend less time than when you're actually learning how to trade. So 5 to 10 hours a week, you can have some pretty decent results with only trading that much time. And generally, someone working a full-time job can squeeze that time in either before or after work. And occasionally, if you have the luxury, you might be able to check it midday at your work. Our strategies are repeatable. Once you figure out how to use them, you can keep on doing it over and over again, day after day. We have quite a few strategies, over 9 strategies that you can choose from. We say pick 2, maybe 3 that really work for you, feel comfortable with, and only use those. Don't try and become good at everything. That will help you to make progress more quickly also. There are multiple entry signals and multiple signals to help you find high probability trades. There are multiple tools to help you manage those trades as well and find the exits. Now we have, for those of you who can attend, we have trading rooms. We have over 16 hours a week of we have over 16 hours a week of training rooms where you can watch our whole system in action. We're using the whole program in the trading rooms. You can see how we're doing. And here's talking what trades we're setting up and what's taking place. That's a great place to ask questions also. It's not like you get involved and you say, oh, I'm out to the left alone now that I have the material. You can come and talk to live people and collaborate. Remember we talked about that in the beginning? That is a tool, a valuable tool. And so we talked about it in the email. We talked about something we're going to give you by being here. And here's what it is. So we can be of help to you. We're going to offer you a free trading breakthrough consultation. So the first step is to apply for this trading breakthrough consultation. Then we ask you a few simple questions about you and your trading goals. It takes about 3 minutes to complete the questions, and this application will be both of help to both you and us to identify where you are at in your trading, to determine where you want to go with your trading, and the best path to get you there. So our motives are, and motivation is to help you become the best trader that you can be. And the bottom line is our trading must be a good fit for you. And that's why we have this trading consultation. Maybe it doesn't fit you. Maybe it doesn't fit what you're all about. Well, then find something that works for you. But you'll know that before you have to spend a lot of time. You can ask a few questions about it. Now, this session is complimentary, and this is our gift to you. And the purpose of this breakthrough consultation is to help you gain clarity and focus about full-time trading. And with this clarity and focus, it is our goal to help you find the direction you have been looking for. The Trading Breakthrough Consultation is available by application only, by this questionnaire, filling it out. This is so that we can save you time in finding the best path. We are staffed to only be able to handle about 10 people each week, and so we would very much look forward to working with you and showing you how to get the fantastic results that many of our other students are getting. What I mean fantastic results are 500 to 1,000 pips a week. In a bad week, 300 pips. And with that 300 pips, you might have a 90% win-loss ratio. Not taking many trades, but just being very accurate. Or another trader, he has a big account. He makes between $15,000 and $20,000 a month trading part-time. That's a whole different story about why he's trading part-time, making that much money. That's what we want you to really be looking forward to. Following these links to the browser, here is the link. So you type this link in a browser, and then it'll bring up the application. You fill it out, and then we'll get in touch with you to have you schedule your consultation. If you want to talk to Michael, once you fill out the application and you are having a hard time getting in touch with him, here's how you can contact him if he's unable to get in touch with you because of timing issues, so forth. His email address, michael@forextradingsecrets.com, and his phone number, the direct line, 801-805-0159. Fill out your information. There's usually contact information listed there, so you need your Skype address, your email, your phone number, some way that he can get back in touch with you at a good time that you might be available, and so you can join. This is not a sales presentation. It's a consultation to see which direction we could direct you in your trading. Here's what you'll see. Now, because I'm logging in, I have access to everything. You will see a tag here with just the jump start on it. If there's other things on it, that's okay, but you'll see the jump start. That's the part you want to click on. You have a home page and some resources up here. Click on jump start. This is what you're going to see now. Is there are some other free materials here that we provide for you, but here's the course videos. This is what you want to go to. And so if you see other things over here, if something works, great. If it doesn't work, that's because you don't have access to it. So don't be concerned about that. But click on the Jumpstart course material. And here's installing Jumpstart indicators. So it'll show you which indicators to use and how to set them up. Simulated trading, trading small time frames, large time frames, trading 3 time frames, and we have a couple of sessions on that. So there's our Jumpstart trading instruction right there. Then also you have access to some basic consistent winning trading patterns. We talk about entries, exits, trading through market cycles, and what you as a trader need to do. Now, Michael put this together for the students, and he has some assignments in here. And everyone that has followed through on the assignments is amazed at how well they can do using just Jumpstart. They were profitable using just Jumpstart, following those assignments. And they can become even more successful once they use the whole course. So find out what we're all about. Okay, how do you find out how to see us in action? You look across here, you see resources. The American Gladiator Trading Room. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:15 for about 2 hours. It's showing here a 3-hour block of time. Sometimes it does go 3 hours, but it's going to be at least a 2-hour block of time. And so you find the date that you're able to attend. Tomorrow is going to be July 29th. And so you would click on that and then just register. This week we will have the new listing up, so you'll be able to go on into the following upcoming weeks. But that's how you would enter the trading room. And you can convert it to your time, so you know what time it is based on your area, and then just fill in the information below, and then you're ready to go. So that's how you can get into really investigate, and you'll learn something just by attending that as well.
I have a bonus shortcut to share with these students.
Okay.
And it's based on my 6 years of experience with you guys. I started by signing up for Jumpstart, just like every one of you did. Found some videos on the website at forexstrategysecrets.com. I signed up for and started looking at this Jumpstart course. I had no trading experience whatsoever when I first started. And over the years, this has been the only place where I have applied my focus. And I am grateful for that now, because there have been at least 200 students that I've talked to over the last 6 years who have been involved in looking for that holy grail of trading. The holy grail, they assume, is within someone's trading system. And where that holy grail exists, in fact, is inside of you. It's actually has more to do with your psychology and your relationship with money than it does about a trading system. Well, these fellows have shared with me that they have been to 5 or 6 or 7 different trading systems. Some of them have taken even 20 different courses looking for that holy grail. All of them have come back. That's what I'm talking to you about, is that of the thousands of people that I have talked to, there have been 200 that have migrated back, some of them after having spent $25,000 on these very expensive super trading courses. They've nailed themselves down right here. They've deleted all of their emails from other services and campaigns, put their focus in one thing, and learned how to do this. I think that that is the secret to successful trading, is to pick a pony and stop messing around with all the other ponies. It may sound almost common sense like, but how many of you are still receiving emails from 3 or 4 or 5 different companies and looking at all this website and information on the website? If you don't sit down and learn how to take 20 trades in a row exactly the same way, you will never be a good trader. And that's just a fact. Sit down, make a choice, and the reason that I like Forex Strategy Secrets, this part of the system is to aid you in developing your strategy. That is, we have a support system. We have a place where you can come and ask questions. And even if you feel shy to ask questions, it doesn't matter. You can still email us, or you can contact us on the phone. You don't have to do it in front of a group. and we can help you and assist you with your questions. Get rid of as quickly as you can all of your horses, all of those ponies that are not making you money. Sit down and focus on one system. For all of you guys, fill out that survey application.